Sometimes I get what my wife calls nose trouble. It's when I start asking about things that really aren't my business. Nose trouble, nosy. So if I ask her a question out of nose trouble, she likes to say, "None of your beeswax." And this reminds me of an Easter story from the Gospels. We are now in the Easter season, of course, and this particular resurrection story comes from the Gospel of John, right at the very end. Jesus is giving Peter some personal instructions, and Peter notices another disciple standing there, and Peter says, "Well, Lord, what about him?" Now, Peter has nose trouble about this other disciple who is called by the text the one whom Jesus loved. Jesus says to Peter, "None of your beeswax." Well, that's how my wife thinks it should be translated. John's gospel says that a rumor started about this disciple whom Jesus loved, that he would never die. But the text makes clear that Jesus did not say that. He only said, "None of your beeswax," or words to that effect. The moral of the story is, you just never know. You don't know how long your life will be, or anyone else's either. You just never know. Interestingly enough, my daughter, the baby Buddha, for some reason over the past year, has started using that phrase kind of often. You never know. She says it a lot, and we have no idea why. You never know. But of course, she's right. A few months ago, none of us knew we would find ourselves in this situation, a pandemic lockdown. Maybe someone somewhere predicted it, somewhere along the line, but it came as a shock to most of us. And now, here we are. You just never know. You don't know how long life will last. Life on this sweet earth, however many years we have, is short, too short. Life is too short for missing the simple joys. Life is too short to fail to tell your loved ones how important they are to you. Life is too short for cheap coffee or lousy chocolate. My wife made me say that. Life is too short for hatred. Life is too short for war and violence. Jesus made me say that. Life is too short to waste on destructive addictions. Life is too short for prejudice against people who are different from us. Life is too short to miss saying thank you to others, including God. Life is too short not to notice the natural world of trees and hills and birds and wildflowers and sun and moon and stars. Life is too short to leave music out of your life. Life is too short to do without friendship and love. Life is too short. I don't think many people would argue with that. People know life is short. The question is whether it's good. Is life good? Is life worth living? That's the question for us. Life is hard right now, very hard. Is it worth it? I say yes. Life is often hard. Life is often sad. Life is short. But life is good. I wouldn't miss it for anything, in spite of all the hard stuff. But because it's short, we have to pay attention. We have to work at not missing it. I think we need to cultivate some skills: savoring, appreciating, enjoying. Now, I have my own problems with anxiety these days. I will admit that to you. I have nose trouble about what the future will bring. Apparently, it's none of my beeswax because I'm not getting any answers. But I do know that life is good in spite of everything. And I do know that life is short. So remember. Life is short. And we don't have too much time to gladden the hearts of those with whom we journey along the way. So let us always be swift to love and make haste to be kind.